Israel attacked Iran to extend its illegitimate power across the region and to try to distract attention from what it continues to do in Gaza, where right now Palestinians continue to be slaughtered in what one honest Tory MP, a Tory MP, described in the House of Commons as a shooting gallery, an abattoir, where people, starving people, are lured out through combat zones to be shot at as they fight for scraps of food.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Dr. Muhammad Tahir. I'm British born and trained surgeon of Iraqi descent. I volunteered to go to Gaza in April of last year. I spent 3 missions there. In total, I was inside for about 7 months, and I performed close to 1,200 procedures. I was a witness more than I was anything else, really. A witness onto a genocide, an extermination of a people, of a ethnic cleansing process. And so when I see all of that reality and I come out and then I hear people trying to defend it or pretend that it doesn't exist, it really bothers me. As you know, of course, Israel launched illegal aggression bombing campaign against Iran, and Iran retaliated in self-defense. Iran allegedly bombed a hospital. We saw photos of a damaged building. We don't know if there was a direct strike. But what we do know is, however, that there was also a direct strike on a hospital in Iran a few days earlier. And so when people call out the strike on the Israeli hospital as a war crime, why aren't you calling the same thing in Iran? Let alone what I have been a witness to inside Gaza. I remember operating in the buildings of Al-Aqsa hospital, for example, when the entire building would shake, when there used to be airstrikes inside the courtyards of the hospital. You know, they recently bombed the courtyards of the European hospital and rendered the entire hospital defunct. They've completely destroyed Al-Shifa hospital. I walked inside those buildings. I saw it with my very own eyes. I saw electronic equipment shot and destroyed. For what reason? Dialysis equipment destroyed. For what reason? Oxygen generators destroyed. For what reason? Al-Nasser hospital was hit. Kamal Adwan hospital was hit, is now out of function. Indonesian hospital was hit. You know, you have 36 hospitals targeted in Gaza. That doesn't seem to constitute the war crime. And yet one building in Israel was struck and it caused damage to a neighboring hospital. And all of a sudden it's a war crime. You know, we're sick of this hypocrisy. The world sees straight through and we've had enough. Gaza is never out of the limelight. Gaza is always at the forefront because it's the epicenter of the crimes that are being committed. What you can do as an individual is, first of all, to, in your heart, cleanse your heart of sectarianism. Be united with your Muslim brother and sister. Recognize who your enemy is. It's certainly not your brethren in faith. Zionism is really an illness. It's a mental illness, and it's wreaking havoc across the entire Middle East. It's since its inception has led to the killing and displacement of millions of people, millions, and they want to carve out a new Middle East. You know, imagine the entire block from Palestine all the way to the Euphrates, or in fact further along from the Nile all the way to the Euphrates, being under Israeli dominion. We can never allow such a thing. We can never allow them to reclaim that, to claim that land, to steal it from us. And so, as a person, as a human, you must stand up for justice. You can do everything that you can. You know, people often ask me, what shall I do? What shall I? You know, listen, I'm a doctor. I found out that my vocation was to go and be a surgeon and help inside Gaza. If you're a lawyer, why are you not getting involved in all these legal campaigns against the Israeli state? If you're a logistics manager, why aren't you helping with the supply chain? If you're a filmmaker or a screenwriter, why are you not producing literature to support this cause? You know, there's many things that you can do. You just have to go and find it for yourself. So I remind myself, and I remind you to do all that you can to defend this cause, inshallah.